Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Celeb Dirty. President Donald Trump isn't acknowledging it publicly. He's lost the 2020 election to former Vice President Joe Biden. However, President-elect Joe Biden has privately told advisors that he doesn't want his presidency to be consumed by investigations of Donald Trump. The increasing differences in the policies of former and latter governments have exhausted both the presidents. As a result, Joe Biden says he does not want to be president anymore. Trump back in office? Number 5. Immigration. Biden planned on reversing Trump's policies when asked about the asylum seekers waiting in camps in Mexico due to the Trump administration's policy known as Remain in Mexico. Because if we just say, okay, all done, I've withdrawn the order, you're going to have a crisis on the other side of the border as well, Biden said, and we shouldn't be putting these people when they come across the border in jail. We should be monitoring them. The policy was implemented officially in January 2019, and it states that the asylum seekers coming through Mexico wait outside the U.S., while their immigration proceedings take place. Due to this policy, 60,000 migrants were sent back across the border, although thousands of them were still here. However, the decision by the U.S. court came in favor of the program. Biden, however, thinks that the push for more humanitarian resources is needed. The idea that ICE is sitting outside of a mass on Sunday to arrest a parent coming out as undocumented, the idea that they're going to schools, the idea that they're going to doctor's appointments is wrong, Biden said.
Damage. Many of them have been hollowed out in personnel, capacity, and in morale.
Number 4. Reopening schools and businesses. Biden is totally against the idea of reopening schools and businesses on a mass scale, unlike Trump. He said he would scale back reopenings in place seeking spikes of the coronavirus if he were president today. Everyone, wherever there is a significant percentage of people with COVID, should be required to keep social distancing and masks, Biden said. Bars should not be open. There should not be congregations of more than 10 people. Although Trump desires to reopen schools and institutions, Biden argues that it should be done with safety. Start working now to close the learning gap in terms of distance learning because of COVID. President Trump should stop tweeting and start doing his work, he said. Trump proved to be a benevolent leader from the U.S. From the day he won the elections, Trump wanted to solve innumerable issues, deals, and relationships around the world. Most significantly, this included strengthening relationships with its allies in Europe, Asia, etc. It's an unsteady and dubious time for Biden to take over the country. The world is more unstable than it has been in centuries. There's no doubt that Biden is a smart and charismatic leader, and he can manage the country's affairs, fixing everything up. But Trump is more aware of the country's situation. Furthermore, Biden will have many pressing domestic issues that will demand immediate attention. First and foremost, addressing the greatest public health and economic crisis in century that Trump has a good grip on. There's also a growing pressure on Biden to make a progressive climate policy and a better managed industrial policy.
But it was terrible. You wouldn't have closed it for another 2 months. By my doing it early, in fact, Dr. Fauci said.
Number 3. Difficult to meet expectations. People have numerous expectations with Biden's government. Unlike President Barack Obama, he did not campaign on soaring promises of change. He proposed the plan opposite to that of Trump's policies. It led him to rejoin the deals and organizations Trump abandoned, from the Paris Climate Agreement and Iran nuclear deal to the World Trade Organization and World Health Organization. Biden's campaign put a great emphasis on strengthening America's existing alliances and molding new ones. This will involve a substantial change from the way Trump managed U.S. alliances, nurturing relationships with the Middle East and other European states. Although it will benefit America a lot, it's opposite to Trump's policies. People are baffled how Biden will manage to succeed with new policies in such crucial times.
He said, if we just wear a mask, we can save half those numbers.
Number 2. Relation with China. We're all aware of the current relationship of the U.S. with China. There's no doubt that the U.S. will continue its competition with China in the coming years. No matter who's president, the battle and competition will continue. Yet there's still plenty of questions around how Biden will handle this relationship. His campaign had a belligerent stance toward China compared to other administrations, which highlight that the situation will get worse. At the same time, there's also a hue and cry about how far his administration should push Beijing on issues such as human rights and technology. Biden said his U.S. needs to present a solution to collaborate with China on other pressing issues, such as climate change, global health, and arms control. People are curious on how Biden will solve all these problems.
Teams received exemplary cooperation from the career staff in those agencies. From others, most notably the Department of Defense.
Number 1. Choosing a vice president. Biden declined the offer, new insight into his thinking for a vice presidential pick, telling the journalists, "You'll find out shortly." CBS's Errol Barnett told reports that former Sen. Chris Dodd, who's on Biden's vice presidential search committee, did not have a conciliatory tone towards Biden in the early primary debates. Well, Dodd didn't say that to the press. He was talking to somebody offline and it was repeated. Biden said, "Now, I don't hold grudges, and I've made it clear that I don't hold grudges. I think it was a debate. It's as simple as that." And she's very much in contention. This is a growing tussle between the former and latter president. It seems like the internal government is also not accepting Biden as a leader, and they want the ex-president, Donald Trump, back. Unfortunately, along with many people, the decision is not in their hands too. However, it's not difficult to work in such an environment for Biden, especially in times when the country is already going through a lot of problems.
You should get out of your bunker and get out of the sand trap and get in your golf course and go in the Oval Office.
But this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.